What's up, guys? I'm your host, Brody Frye. This is the Mind Hiking Podcast, and I just recorded this episode, actually, and now I'm doing the opener, and I just now realized what episode this is going to be. This is going to be episode 63, and that is my dirt bike racing number, and that is so cool, and I wanted to do something special for that number, but I already recorded the episode, and it's okay. At least I talked a little bit about some dirt bikes in there, so it's kind of cool, too. I guess it makes sense, because it's just more of like my progression, where I'm at, and kind of where you'll hear. But it's kind of a progressive thing, and I kind of liked it. So I guess it makes sense for number 63. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and stay tuned. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Brody Frye, and here we dive deep into difficult questions. We'll map out thoughts, theories, and crazy ideas for the love of knowledge and growth. So, how do we answer some of the mind's toughest questions? This is the Mind Hiking Podcast. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm going to give you a little cheers to the mic here. Oh, yes, that's good. Today I am drinking, and I couldn't decide what I wanted, so I am drinking a mixture. It is my two choices were cran grape or cran pineapple juice, and couldn't decide, so I poured half the glass full of cran grape, half the glass full of cran pineapple, and the best part is I didn't even mix it. So it's like every sip, the ratios are different as it like moves around and it's not stirred in. So it's like every sip is a different drink. Every sip is a different flavor. It's like, oh, so good. Couldn't decide. It's amazing. Love it. And that is like life. Every sip, every day is different. You got the same things, but they're all just moving around different ways, and next thing you know, you got a bunch of different days. But cool stuff. Stereotypical me. But today I actually want to talk about progress, moving forward. This one is for those who, feel like they're stuck in repetition and the mundane, like regular, they're just stuck in a rhythm, I guess, and feeling like they're not moving forward or progressing. And for me, like a really easy example would be when I started this podcast. Like I felt like I didn't want to really share it that much when I first started, and I did because I forced myself, but it put me out of my comfort zone for sure. But what was weird for me was trying to share a podcast that, only had however many episodes, especially when it was just, I had my one episode, or, for those who've been listening since the beginning, I had episode 1, and then on Wednesday, I released episode 2 and 3. It was a double bonus episode, so I could get, 3 episodes on week 1. And I was just trying to get some episodes moving, and like I felt weird, posting about this podcast where there's like no episodes. And then when I hit episode 10, I was like, holy shit, double digits. That's awesome. So excited, and I can finally scroll. I can like open up the page and just like scroll the episodes for like a brief second, but it was still cool to me. But like it still was creeping so slow. It felt like, how do some of these podcasters like have multiple thousands of episodes? And I'm like feeling like I'll never catch up, but it's crazy. Sometimes it feels like I'm still starting out, and next thing you know, I'm over 60 episodes now, and It's it's just like, and I'm still just starting out, but like it's crazy to think like that comes up fast. Like I guess I'm just taking a pause now to look and think, and I'm like, damn, like we're already here, like well over halfway to 100 triple digits. Like this is crazy. Like I'm already planning for episodes like far out, and I'm like, it's just things creep up on you faster than you think. And I feel like people with a lot of life experience, some older people, will definitely understand this, where it's like you always hear how you're going to miss this kind of thing, and how, take advantage of your youth and enjoy it while you're young. All these sayings. It's like they all know it because, they went through their life, and next thing you know, it depends on the age of the person saying it, but either way, like for me, it was like I I remember another quick example. I remember listening to Blink 182. I can't remember the exact song. It's like I can't remember the song. It's gonna drive me crazy. But there's a line in it that says something about being 23, and I remember thinking like, oh yeah, when that ever happens, kind of thing. I was like just listening to it as a teenager, thinking 23 is so far out there that's never gonna happen. I'm like, we were in the garage the other day, and we were just playing music and shooting pool, and that song came on, and everybody's like, whoa, throwback. And it was just funny. But then that line, I heard it, and I'm like, holy shit, last time, I mean, I've heard that song since, but like last time I really like thought about it, like I was like, holy shit, I remember thinking about how far away 23 is, and here I am turning 26 next month, and I'm like, it's just funny how this stuff creeps up. And I know some of the older audience is going to be like, oh yeah, I wish, but that's how it's always going to be. It's always going to be like, oh yeah, I wish, especially looking back like that. But what I'm saying is that stuff creeps up on you, and I know, looking forward, I know to take advantage of my time now and enjoy what I'm doing now, because I see this, and I've heard it from enough people, and I can see it in my own life already. But this, I'm gonna be like, as much stress as I feel like I'm under, and all you listeners too, as much stress as you feel like you're under, this is you'll one day you'll be calling these days the glory days. One day you'll be like, oh, back in the day to these days. Isn't that crazy? Let that hit you for a second, because it's so funny, because like we got some old dirt bike movies that we used to film, and just like all the, and I was really young when I was in these. Like I was like, I I don't even remember, like 5, 6 years old, and I'm just like kind of like waddling around in these movies. And I remember there's some interviews with my dad through SF Performance, and he was talking about the good old days, like the back in the day kind of thing. And I'm like, it was just so funny to me, because I'm like, we were like hitting it hard, full moto, and just like prime time at the shop. And it was just like, that was the good old days. And I just thought it was funny when I watched back on those old movies, just that my dad was calling it the, like, back in the day. And I'm like sitting here now, and I'm like, that was back in the day. And that's going to happen in the future. We're going to be looking back, and I'm going to be like thinking the same thing, when back in the day when I started the podcast, kind of thing. And I'm just trying to say, like, keep this stuff in mind, and not just, as far as like time goes, which it always applies, but even as far as what you're trying to progress towards. If you feel like your goals and dreams are so far out, so far ahead of you, keep your direction. As long as you're going the way that you want to end up, that's going to come up on you so fast, so much faster. It just about the time that you think it'll never happen, and you take your mind off it and forget about it, it's going to happen like that. It's going to be, you're going to be on it or past it. You're going to be like, wow, holy shit. Like, I remember, you're going to be saying that. I remember when I thought this would never happen. And, I'm still young, and I'm already seeing this. So a lot of my episodes, it's cool to listen back and take my own advice, but you got to understand, time flies, and we really don't live that long. And as long as you're moving in the right direction, you'll end up there for sure. It's bound to happen. And like I said, about the time you stop thinking about it is when next thing you know, you're there. So keep your eyes focused on the goal that you want to end up at, wherever you want to go. And if you feel like for me, whenever I feel like things aren't happening, like, or there's like a project that's so massive that I'm like, this is going to be such a nightmare. This is going to take forever. This is going to take so long. Just chip away at it. Like, when I bought my house, our garage was basically a skeleton, and there wasn't even power in the garage. And like early spring, this spring, like we lived here for a couple of years with the garage like that, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I gotta get something happening with this garage. And especially because we stumbled across a deal with the pool table, so we put the pool table out there, and we were just it's so bad. We were literally putting like work lamps. We had screws in the ceiling just to hang work lamps from the ceiling, shining down on the pool table. So when it started to get dark, we could still shoot pool. And when we were in there we just leave the door open during the day. And it was just so bad. But yeah, we got sick of that quick, and I got awesome buddies, and I know you guys are all listening. So thank you for all your help, because I couldn't have done it without you. But you get the right people together, and you work hard at it, and just stay focused on one goal. Understand that it's not going to happen today, and you just keep chipping away at it. And we dug, and the ground was still half frozen. We were like chiseling through like rocks, and we had our pickaxes, and we literally just hand trenched deep too. I mean, it was like 18 to 20 inches deep, and trenched from my house out to the garage, and ran electric ourselves, and did all the outlets, ran lighting, everything ourselves, and left it like that for probably close to, not quite a year, but yeah, we're pretty much like 10 months or so, I think. But yeah, somewhere around there. And so that was kind of like the start of the garage build. And then like left it for a little while because we were content now that we had power in there, and it was summer months too. We had power in there, summer months, so it was always warm. And but I always knew I wanted to get the thing insulated before winter. And again, I got enough stuff going on, so free time's hard to find, and I got things that I want to invest in elsewhere as well. So I'm trying to find the budget for the garage, and I'm just like slowly, now we're coming up on winter, weather's getting cold, and that's kind of forcing me. I'm like, okay, I really got to start focusing on this more. But again, it was so far out there, and I was content with the lights, and slowly I started chipping away at that. Over the weekend, or a couple weekends ago, we redid the roof. Again, I had no experience roofing, and we just did it. Couple YouTube videos to get a rough idea, and we just learned along the way, just figured it out, and re-roof, put a new roof on the garage, new shingles, and and then started insulating the garage, got it all insulated up, and then started just putting up the paneling on the walls too, cutting out the windows, cutting out the outlets, and all just a great learning experience. And the garage is just about done. And once it's done, I'm moving the podcast out there so we can all hang out. I can have multiple mics and have some cigars, have some drinks, and we can hang out and be as loud as we want. And it's just going to be awesome. It's just going to be a huge, massive upgrade to the podcast. And I'm going to start doing video also once I get out there. But again, that's a massive, tall order goal that I felt like was so far out of the way, especially when the garage didn't even have power. And you just set your eyes on it, you set your sights on it, and you stay focused on it, and you just chip away, chip away, chip away. And next thing you know, we're right here. I'm like just like a couple weeks out from actually moving the computer out to the garage here. And it's so exciting to me. I'm like, oh my goodness, we're about to literally start recording out in the garage. It's going to be the weirdest, wildest thing. It's going to be so cool. But, we're right here. We're like right on the fence and right on the verge of it. And it felt like it was so far away just even a few months ago. So and I'm just trying to give you guys like personal experiences, personal examples. And I guess Baron is too. So I got to see if probably my fiance is home from work. So, Baron, what are you barking at? Oh, he's stretching now. Baron, come here, buddy. Come here. No, he's got to, every time I call him, he's got to grab a toy to bring me. Oh, good girl, Bailey. Good boy, Snoobers. That's a good boy. You sit. Baron, speak. Speak. Good boy. That's a good boy. Baron, sit. Baron, live forever. Good boy. Good boy. Such a good boy. Yeah, we don't have to worry about Bailey living forever because she's a skinwalker and she sold her soul for sure. So she'll live forever. But Baron, he's the sweetest angel boy. So, hey, Baron, just live forever. Good boy. Good boy, buddy. Okay. Anyways, that was a huge distraction. But, yeah, staying focused on well, I guess that was a bad example because I'm not staying focused. Have fun in life. Have fun. You got to enjoy the little things. So don't laser in and grind your way through it because that's burnout. You're going to have burnout for sure. So, stop. How many times we got to say this on the podcast? Stop and smell the fucking roses. Like that. Enjoy your poochies. That's a good boy. Good boy. Enjoy life. Enjoy the little things. But as long as you're moving forward towards your goals and dreams, you're gonna get there. It's inevitable. And along with this podcast, I'm making the right choices, the right steps. We're moving forward, progressing, gonna expand and grow this thing. I'm really trying hard here, and you guys are giving me so much support and help, and I really appreciate that as well. So thank you for that. And it's inevitable. It's going to be huge, and I'm so excited for that. But again, it seems like it's so far away, but I'm just going to keep being consistent and moving forward. And, it's bound to happen one day. And when it does, I'm going to be sitting there like, holy shit, I remember, I can't believe we're here already. I remember when I first started this podcast and I thought this would never happen. I thought this was impossible. But that's what's going to be happening, and it's it's going to be an awesome feeling. And you don't have to mark my words because I just marked them for you. But I'm super pumped, and I love hearing awesome feedback from you guys. I love hearing that these, especially the bonus episodes, help you guys, and these all, I'm speaking from the heart, and I mean it, and I hope you guys enjoy. I know you do, and it's a really cool thing. So I really enjoy doing this, and I appreciate all your support. So cheers again. Enjoy your mixed cocktails of life. This is non-alcoholic. I think I mentioned that. It's literally just cran grape and cran pineapple juice, like just fruit juice. But it's delicious. It's awesome. You should try it. Just mix stuff up. I love doing that. I love just trying random things like that, just mixing up fruit drinks. And even if you don't have weird blends like that, just mix that shit up and taste it. It's awesome. It's just fun. Have fun with life. Have fun. Don't be too serious. As long as you're moving forward, as long as you're making the right steps, you can have fun. Don't be all serious. Don't be all straight business. Laugh. Super important, because if you look back, you're going to get to the goal eventually. You're going to get to your goals, and you're going to be looking back on the journey, and that's what's going to matter. And if you ground yourself down, ground your way there, and you didn't have any fun, then what's the point of that? You got to your goal, but you hated the whole way there. And, if you have to sacrifice that for your goal, was it really worth it? Just enjoy life. And like this, I'm having a hell of a good time just recording episodes and doing this podcast. It's awesome. I love it. And yeah, I definitely worry. I'm definitely stressed, and I want this podcast to do freaking awesome, and I'm so excited for it. But I'm having an awesome time along the way, and it's going to be so cool just looking back on it when it is super successful. And I can't wait for that. So again, thank you guys all for your support. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and rock on. Peace out, guys.